Would you agree with that?
Mr. Chair, throughout the 19th Congress, we have been working closely with legislature.
Please answer my question appropriately.
Mr. Chair, we will look forward to continuously working closely with the 20th Congress on legislation.
My question is, do you agree with the opinion of the two secretaries insofar as the responsibility of media platforms to fact-check the contents of the bloggers that you have? Would you agree with that? Or you're just like the Meta representatives, they would evade responsibility, as the records of the hearing would show? I'm asking you now, as the representative of Google.
Mr. Chair, we agree that everyone who uses these platforms have the appropriate responsibility, including the platforms as well. So, Mr. Chair, for things that are within the control of the platform, we would take accountability for that. For things that are within the control of other entities, such as, for example, the users, then the appropriate responsibility and accountability mechanisms as provided by law would be applicable.
Thank you. Secretary Ruiz, you mentioned about third-party fact-checking. Now, why is there a need for such? If we would make it a provision of law that is the sole responsibility of the platforms to conduct the fact-checking, why is there a need for a third party?
If accountability is now placed in the platforms, then there wouldn't be a need for a platform. In the United States, they removed all the fact-checkers already. I think here in the Philippines, I'm not sure kung gumagana pa ba or tinanggal na rin nila. I think last January, they also removed some of their fact-checkers. Why do you need a fact-checker? Dapat ang accountable boss yung, Your Honor, yung mga platforms. Kasi why would you allow them to be in your platform if you know already that these are fake news? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, kasi yung magkakaroon po tayo ng sitwasyon na baka magkaiba-iba rin yung resulta ng fact-checking kung napakarami ng mga fact-checkers po natin. Di po ba?
Tama po yun.
Yes. So that we can pinpoint responsibility talaga.
Exactly.
Thank you. Anyway, pwede po bang matanong ko uli kayo ng ibang katanungan para sa pagbalangkas namin sa magiging batas tungkol dito sa fake news? Sa inyong obserbasyon at pag-aaral, anong mga hakbang ang dapat gawin ng mga social media platforms para ma-ensure na hindi inaabuso ng mga users nila ang mga platforms to spread misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation?
Una po ang kailangan, media and information literacy. Tapos pagka sa kanila mismo, pag nasabihan na po sila na sa amin, ito, flag namin to, fake news to, galing to sa isang government agency, department, agad-agad dapat i-take down. Hindi pa pwede na para ka nagmamakaawa sa kanila, para i-take down yung post na alam naman ng lahat na fake news na. Bakit nyo pinapabayaan na ma-viral pa yan? Halatang-halata naman, alam naman na ng lahat. Sinabi na namin, fake news to. Do we need to defend ourselves and tell them, we already said in the press, fake news yan. And yet, kumakalat pa rin ng kumakalat. Ang masakit po dito, pag ganito ang magiging sitwasyon, we will now have a generation of Filipinos na parati pong nag-aaway kasi nga, napopolarize eh. Either nasa kaliwa ka o nasa kabila ka, kung ano man kung saan ka man nakataya. So, parati na lang po nag-aaway yung ating lipunan. Kung hindi natin nire-regulate, sabi nga po nung isang kausap naming Minister ng Information, magiging wild. Dahil walang nag-check eh. So, wild yung communication. At yung nakukuha po ng taong bayan na information is kung araw-araw maling impormasyon, negatibong impormasyon, imagine how it will pollute the next gen or maybe the present generation of Filipinos. Kasi ito yung pumapasok sa utak ng tao. Araw-araw po yan. Katulad na lang ng isang bata. Pag araw-araw negatibo ang kanyang naririnig, nakikita, away ng away. Anong mangyayari sa batang yun pag lumalaki na?
I agree, Mr. Secretary, dahil nababasa naman po natin na yung impact ng fake news would lead to misinformation, leading to misinformed opinions. And the other effect is that it would come up with social divisions. Kagaya ng sabi nyo, magkakaroon po ng polarizations. I agree with you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary. Next, much has been said that the platforms also conduct their fact-checking according to their answers to the questions that we have propounded. Pero na-mention din sa last hearing yung phrase na fact-tagging to combat the spread of fake news. Sa tingin niyo po ba effective ito?
Hindi gaano, sir eh. Dapat, kasi yung mismong, mas mabilis magpakalat. So kahit pina-fact check mo na, magkakaroon pa rin ng doubt yung mga tao. Lalong-lalo na nga din, nasira na yung credibility mo. Sinasabi mo na lang, tinag mo na fake news. Sasabihin na naman, how can we now tell na fake news talaga, na hindi talaga fake news yun? Kasi nawalan na yung credibility dahil nga sa napakaraming kasinungalingan, libo na yung kasinungalingan, milyon na yung kasinungalingan, ikaw nag-iisang nagsasabi na ito yung katotohanan, lunod na lunod yung katotohanan na, hindi na lumalabas. Ang pinaniniwalaan na ng tao, yung fake news.
Kung ganun po, Mr. Secretary, naniniwala po kayo na the best way to regulate the spread of fake news is through government regulation?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Wouldn't that be better na hayaan natin ang mga social media platforms to self-regulate?
Hindi pwede, kasi nga yun nga po nangyari ngayon. Supposedly may self-regulation. On their community standards. Sila po ang nagbigay ng standards. It has to be the government who should give those standards. Tayo ang may responsibilidad. They say we have to, it's a right, free information, a right to information. But that right comes with accurate information. Kasi nungalingan na pinapakalat nila. So dapat, doon pa lang, ang platform should be accountable. Ikaw ang nagpakalat ng fake news. Kayo. Hindi nyo nilinis eh. Tulad ng in radio, for example. Minsan lang nagkamali yung reporter. Minsan lang. Agad suspendido yon. O kaya tanggal. Hindi pinayagan ng radio station. Ibig sabihin, may standards. Yung KBP, may MTRCB silang sinusundan. Dito, walang sinusunod. Standards nila. Bakit sila ang napaka-importante ng information sa ating buhay? Actually, ang mandate ng Presidential Communications Office is relevant, timely, and accurate information. If you cannot provide that, that will continue to destroy our institutions. Not just institutions, but tao. Tao ang sinisira ng fake news. Nilalason ng ating mga kabataan, whether seniors ka o bata ka, nalalason ng utak mo. Sasabihin sa inyo, ito kahit kasinungalingan, napapaniwalaan ng tao.
Mr. Chair, the Secretary of the ICT...
Yeah, go ahead. Secretary Guday, you are recognized.
Mr. Chair, thank you. Dagdagan ko lang po yung sinabi ni Secretary Jay, kung mas maganda may batas. Yung nabanggit ni Sec Jay na community standards, Kanila lang po yun eh, nagsaself